So having our seat, feeling our hips on the chair. I think someone might need to mute. And let's just rock side to side as we begin to tune into the breath. Your eyes may be open or closed. And become more and more focused on the inhalations and the exhalations in a way of just feeling them, noticing them, maybe hearing. Doesn't have to be that loud though. We're really not going for loud. We're going for belly breathing. And then come back to center and bring awareness to your feet. We'll lift tall as we push the toe pads and the feet down. Lift tall through your spine. Let's take the arms out towards the side. Beautiful. And then inhale, arms up overhead. And then exhale, flow them down. Extend wide from right to left and left to right. And let's sway here, rocking the hips right and left as you can let your arms start to feel fluid and maybe a little wavy like the breath. In yoga, we say one breath flows into the next, like waves. You think about the ocean, one wave after the next, and they start to come together into this beautiful pool of movement. And then come back to center, and let's grow tall and take the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. And then drop your chin down center. So you have a zipper towards your zipper line or making a line towards your navel, your belly. And then dip the left ear towards the left shoulder. And notice what you're feeling. One side is probably tighter than the other. Breathe in and breathe out. And then drop your chin down, move back towards that zipper line and inhale, lift the head back upwards. Circle the nose one way. So you're making a circle with your head as though you had like a pen that was coming straight out from your nose and you were drawing circles with it. And then go the other way, just loosening up the upper body. We move back to neutral. Inhale, lift the right arm, bend the elbow, hand may go behind your head. That's it. And then inhale, lift up, reach high, grow tall through both sides of your body. Exhale, bend your elbow, fingertips behind you. Notice what you might be feeling right around here, a good stretch there. And then lift the crown of your head tall because it'll tend to go forward or maybe to the side. So bring the head back to center. Inhale, lift the arm. Take it outwards, gaze at your fingertips. Inhale it up and find a side bend. Bend the elbow. So our arm is over our ear. Breathe in, breathe out, and then open up the arm once again. Gaze at your hands. Inhale, arm lifts and reach towards your left. Now you might take your left hand and place it on your right thigh and pull your right thigh to center, even though it's not moving. That's our isometric. And if it's not accessible, don't worry about it. Inhale, arms come back to neutral, back to a big open-hearted T. Turn your palms up and turn them down as you lift your arms towards a V. A V for victors, victory. Here we are in our V. Curl your fingers in towards your palms. Open up the thumbs out to the side. Reach the fingers back upwards. Spread your fingers. Lift your heels. Beautiful. Exhale, lower your heels. Curl your fingers in towards your palms and lift your toes. Don't look at them. No peeking allowed. Lower the toes down, lengthen the fingers, spread them, and let's slowly lower the arms down, turning the palm upright and down. Breathe in, breathe out, feel your shoulder blades on the back as you lower. Bring your hands back to your lap. And let's find a cat pose. So round the spine, chin is towards chest. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift up, pull your shoulder blades together, push your palms down into your thighs. Take your sitting bones back and you'll feel your lower back curve a little bit more. Exhale, round, chin to chest. So we're lengthening the back of the body. Inhale, we're lifting the front of the body, the heart, and taking the sitting bones and the hips back. Let's return to neutral and extend the left arm out to the side. Breathe in, breathe out, lift the arm and bend your elbow. Try to touch back behind there and notice this side may be completely different than the other side. Inhale, arm lifts up. Exhale, extend it out. Gaze outward towards your left. Take a breath in and out. And with your next inhale, the arm lifts up. Exhale, bend the elbow. So elbow is pointing towards the sky, but it may not be all the way, right? It might be out to the side. We're just thinking upwards. Inhale, arm lifts. Exhale, reach out. Bend your elbow. Let's find a side bend towards now your right. That's it. Open it up. Exhale. Find that side bend. Maybe you use your right hand outside your left thigh. Don't worry about it. Towards the outside of the left thigh as you stretch towards your right. Breathe in, breathe out, open it up, bring both hands forward, reach towards like somebody in front of you, you want to give them a slap on their hands. Their hands are out and you're going like that. That's it. And then lift the arms back up. And then exhale, bring your arms down, reach forward, keep the arms forward, spread your fingers, and then pull the shoulders back. So you're going to feel your shoulder blades come on your back. Let's try that again. Reach forward. Now, when you reach forward, you're feeling a rounding in your back. So your shoulder blades are not on your back here. Then keep the arms long and pull the arm bones back. Feel the shoulder blades move back and together, and you'll feel a little bit of lowering of the top of the shoulders. Interlace your fingers. Feel your grip. Feel your grip here. So your strong grip. Then roll your knuckles down and towards you and press the wrists away. That's it. Let's reverse it. So pull the hands towards you, knuckles away, hug your hands towards each other. Your fingers are interlaced. Let's take a twist now we'll take that Charlie's Angel Mudra. So cross thumbs over each other, and then like you're You're moving towards the left, scouting out the territory. I'm sorry, towards the right. Inhale, come back to center. It really doesn't matter because we're doing both sides, right? And then twist towards the left. Inhale back to center, lifting the arms. Maybe the elbows are bent a little bit. Pull the ribs back because they tend to go forward like that. So pull them back. And then imagine that you are lifting tall through the inside. Push down through your feet. Exhale, side bending towards the right. Now we're going to make a circle. Go downwards outside of your right knee. Then come across. Now you don't have to dip down too low because we haven't really warmed up that spine yet. And then rise back up the left side. We'll do it again the same way. So towards the right, downward and across, and back up the left. Notice what you're feeling. I'm feeling a nice opening and stretch through the back of the body while making this circle. Let's go the other way. And if you need to take a break, take it. Now we're going to move counterclockwise towards the left, down, push down through your feet, move across, and then up the right side. Pointer fingers are up. Let's go again. Exhaling down towards the left, move across, lift back up. Let's shake that out. Let it go. That was a long time to have your arms up. By the way, if like I'm instructing and you feel like it's too long for your arms to be up, what should you do? Let it go. Let it go. Take a break. You can always rejoin us. And you can always give me feedback too. So let's exhale and round the spine for cat pose. And now on our inhale, we're going to lift our arms up and forward. And then lean forward. Now let's exhale and take the arms back, lift the heart. So it's a little back bend and the arms are back. Then inhale, swing forward, lean forward. That's it. Now exhale, we're leaning back, but our heart is lifting. So it's a back bend. Inhale forward. That's right. So when you're forward, feel where your weight is in your feet. Push them down. Feel your sitting bones. Push them back. That's going to give you a nice little stretch. Let's exhale and move back. Feel the heart lifting, shoulder blades together. Inhale it forward. Let's rock forward and back. We're not going to lift yet, but I want you to think about lifting. Now, if your arms are tired, take them down. Take them down. We're just rocking forward and back. Ooh, I like that. I see an option of crossing the arms, kind of like I dream a genie, right? Let's try that. See, I love when I see you guys because it feeds me with ideas. Because that's what I like when we add the creativity into the yoga. So maybe you push down and your buttocks lifts just a teeny bit and then exhale and lower down. Do this a few times. Doesn't matter if the buttocks lifts. Even if you're extending the effort, you are getting stronger. Here we go. We're going to do it again. Rock forward and back. Maybe the buttocks lifts and you feel those hips and thighs working, and then exhale, lower it down, take a break. I love that idea of crossing the arms. Let's do this a few times, crossing the arms. So we're going to go left over right, open it up, right over left, open it up. See, this crossbody stuff is good for the brain. It's not easy, and sometimes you feel like a blip in your head when you're doing it. At least I do. So left over right, open it up. Right over left, open it up. And the more we do it, our brain goes, oh, that's what they want. And that is so good for us. So all this movement you're doing is so good for you. All right, well, let that go. I want you to start to roll your arms forward. So we're rounding our hands. They're how do I describe this? We're making a circle around each thumb and then reverse it. So do what you see me doing rather than what I'm saying I'm doing. Here we go. So we're circling our arm. I want you to notice how one, it's easier than the other one, and then reverse it. I'm sure you can feel that, at least I can. I know that my right one is going around much easier than the left one does. And if I just do the left, it feels a lot more choppy. So do that forward and then back. Let's let that go. Circle the shoulders around and about, and let's move our legs. So sitting towards the edge of the chair, bring your right knee in towards you. Bring it on in, and then let's circle it around. So like you are, well, so what's really big right now, at least around here with the fall, caramel apple. So you are using your leg to stir the warm caramel, and you're going to dip an apple in it afterwards. And then let's go the other way. Your favorite kind of apple. There's so many different ones. I feel like every fall season there's another one. Circle it around and about and go the other way. Good. Hug the leg in, and then let's extend this leg long. Place the heel down on the earth. Sit tall. Point the toes away from you and then pull them in towards you, and point them away and pull them on in, and point and flex it. Spread your toes. Push the big toe mound away from you, not about what it looks like. Imagine you're stepping on the gas. Oh, this is with the, well, this is the right foot. You're seeing the right foot. So big toe mound, pushing away, toes spreading. Let's drag the heel back in, and then lift the leg back up towards you. Give it a hug. And then we're going to extend it away, lower it down, and pull it back in. So now I'm thinking about the cider mill and how they make the cider in the old mill on that wheel. So we're making a wheel with our leg here. And so we're drawing a circle perhaps with your heel. Bring the knee in and up. And yes, the leg is heavy, isn't it? It's heavy. Press it forward, around towards you, and press it away. And extend it and pull it in. And let's do the other side. Give the right side a little break. Lift the left knee in towards you. Hug it on in. Give your leg a big hug. And as you hug it towards you, lift tall through the spine. Take a breath in and a breath out, and circle the knee. Circle the knee. So maybe, well, we gotta stir the caramel again. It got kind of sticky, and we might have to heat it up a little more to do our other apples. You can tell where my head is. Circle it around and about. Around us, we got a great cider mill and those greasy donuts. Let's circle it the other way. Not super healthy, but super yummy. Some nice circles. They're small, and then they get a little bit bigger. Come back to center, hug the leg in. Let's extend it away. Push the heel down gently and pull the toes towards you. Notice how when you push the heel down, you feel a little rebound, and you might feel some activity in your legs, and you can always touch to see what you feel, muscles activating. Point the toes away, pull them on in towards you, point it away. Make sure you're breathing in and breathing out as you point and you flex. Spread the toes. No peeking, doesn't matter. You know how we were making space in between our fingers? We're making space in between our toes. Let's pull the knee on in and make circles. So now we're pulling it in, and this is where we start to realize, ooh, that leg is heavier than I thought. And it is. It's like lifting weights. Legs they're heavy, especially the femur bone. That femur bone is the heaviest bone in our body. Imagine that. So we're making our circles. You can go slower, you can go faster. Notice if you feel like your leg might starting to get a little tired. And then let's press the heel down, pull the toes towards you. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. And let's drag it back in. Find butterfly. Push your heels in towards each other, toes out. Toes out. So your heels are going to be lifted a bit, and we're pushing down through the big toe mounds. Knees are outward. Notice if you feel a stretch here. Maybe you do and maybe you don't. Now, if you have a second chair, you might put your feet on top of you at some point and do butterfly with your feet up on the chair. Right now, we're going to open up into our horsey pose or our goddess pose, whichever name you would like to give it. And now our ankles are under our knees. And feel that. Now I want you to push down through your feet and isometrically feel like you're pulling your heels in towards each other and then release that. So when we do that, we're activating our muscles. Let's push down again. Push the feet down, pull the heels towards us, feel the belly tone, and then release and let that go. Let's do it one more time. Push down, pull heels in towards us, really push down through the toe pads, notice what's activating, and release. Let it go. Let's drag the heels back in, back to butterfly, toes pushing down, heels pressing towards each other. Let's find a twist. Take your left hand towards your right thigh and your right arm behind you, gazing towards your fingertips. When you do that, you might feel a stretch on your neck. We're not looking for like something that's a ping, right? It's a gentle stretch. Some people say stretching is painful. It shouldn't be painful. It should not. We don't want to torque our delicate neck. Inhale, come back to center. Press your heels actively in once again towards each other. You're going to feel some activity going on, right? Feel some activity. Maybe tone your hips at the same time. Pull your pelvic floor in and up. So the base of your spine. Now, let's take the right hand outside the left thigh and the left hand behind us. Gaze at the thumb. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, come to center. Find our horsey pose once again. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, pull the elbows down. Reach the arms forward like we were doing before. Relax the shoulders. Pull the elbows back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull back. You got this. Extend your right arm. Take your left hand to your hip. Open up the left shoulder. So circle it up and back as we open up our heart. Perhaps lifting the left arm skyward. These are always perhaps and maybes. Does not mean you must do it. It means it's a suggestion to vary it up a little bit. Maybe you take the top fingertips and place them behind your head, and the elbow lifts just a little more, and you lean back. Pushing your right arm into your left leg, and your left inner leg pushing into your arm. Let's inhale and rise up, and lower your arms. Yes. Reach your right arm towards the left, circle it up and back. Reach your left shoulder towards the right, circle it up and back. Once again, I love this. I think it feels good. And push the thigh back at the same time. The right thigh, you can gently push it back as you lean your spine forward. Gives you a little bit more of a stretch, and at the same time, push your feet down. Inhale, rise up. Other way, left shoulder towards right. Gently pressing the left thigh away. And rise back up. Take your left arm on the inside of your left thigh, pushing left thigh into arm and arm into thigh. Right hand might be at your hip. Circle the shoulders up and back, perhaps lifting the right arm, maybe bending the elbow, placing the fingertips behind you. Bring awareness to your feet. And then as you bring awareness to your feet, feel lengthen your spine. So we are touching every part of our body. Right here, we're using every cell in our body, right? Maybe lift the upper arm skyward. Push down now through your feet, rise up. Exhale, lower the arms and bring your feet back together. We will work towards chair pose to rise to standing. You might have a second chair that you're using when you're playing with our chair pose. This one's just so important, this whole sit to stand. I'm just going to bring my second chair over so you can see how you might use it. I always recommend if you have two chairs, keep one handy so that you might grab it for that second chair. So it's in front of me and I want enough space so when I come on forward, I won't bump my knees into the chair. So we're going to remember what we were doing before. We were rocking forward and back. And you might take your hands to the chair, or you might do that I Dream a Genie mudra with crossing one arm over the other, because I like that. That's really fun. So either hands on the chair for balance. We're rocking forward and back, and then we're going to come on up. So sitting bones are back, ribs are back, hands on chair, or our forearms stacked. Sitting bones back. When in doubt, stake your sitting bones back. Lift your heart and pull your navel in. Let's slowly lower down. We want to slowly lower down so we don't plop down. That would be jarring to the spine. We'll do it again. Maybe this time you got the other arm on top. So we're going to rock forward and back. And this may be enough. Maybe you're like, you know what? I don't feel like lifting today, or I'm a little tired, and you skip that. Here we go. Lift on up, sitting bones back, hands on chair, or I Dream a Genie mudra. Feel these strengthen your thighs. Now, maybe you push down to your feet to rise up. Notice how that is to feel standing in mountain pose. Feet are parallel. You might have your fingertips on the chair. Find a spot to stare at that's not moving, about horizon level in front of you. Let's take a breath right here in this standing or seated position. And we'll do a box breath. We're going to do the box breath. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, while we're in mountain pose. So breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your sitting bones back, maybe one or both arms forward, and then you're going to slowly slowly lower down back to the chair. And if you need to bring your hands back there because you want to make sure the chair didn't move, you go for it, because it's natural to think, did that chair move? Is it still there? Even though it probably didn't move, as long as it doesn't, not to practice without wheels. We don't do that. Let's do this one more time and maybe add in a twist, maybe not. So we're going to rock forward and back. And then lift on up. Maybe I dream a genie and you'll twist one way. Inhale, come to center. Twist the other way. Come back to center. Notice how your thighs feel. Maybe you need a break. Maybe you take the right arm forward and the left arm back for a twist. Sitting bones are going straight back. And then you'd switch it up. Bring the other arm forward. So we're alternating arms. And then both arms forward and have a seat. Have a seat. Notice the thighs. They are working whenever you do this. And this is super important that we keep these guys strong. So let's do a back bend before we lift on up. I'm going to move this out of the way now because we're going to start to get into more standing poses. Although I'll tell you that it's really nice to have, yeah, you don't see that other chair. Okay. So it's really nice to have that second chair. And sometimes we use it for standing poses too. So here we are. We're in our seated mountain. We're going to take our hands either to the seat of the chair, back behind here, to the side of the chair, or maybe you don't have your hands on the chair at all. Shoulders are up and back, and lean forward. Now, why the hands are nice on the chair is because you can feel more secure. Find that spot where you can hold it and find your back bend. Heart is lifting, shoulder blades are together, sitting bones are back. They're back. Feel the blades move in. Lift your heart towards the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in and breath is out. And then let's come back to center. So we really want to make sure we do some things that open up the front of the body, that reverse that forward head and rounding shoulders that almost our whole society is plagued by. Let's come on up. So you might do your chair pose to rise up, and we will look at our triangle pose for our first pose here. So we start standing, and you can have place the chair so that it's supported for you. So this look like this is kind of nice because I can touch the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Then we're going to go wide. Wide stands for triangle. And again, bring your awareness to the lower body and feel how it's activating. Now, when we were seated in the horsey pose, we pushed our feet down and we pulled our heels towards each other. Right now, push your feet down and pull the insides of your feet towards each other without collapsing into the ankles. So in order to do that, we keep the weight and the pressure down on the outside of the foot. So we push down and pull ankles towards each other. You're going to feel affirming in your legs, maybe your hips. Then we're going to turn out the right toes. Take your hands to your hips and literally push the crest down and lift up and out of that. So you're lifting up and out of your waist. Then tilt your hips towards the left as your spine moves towards the right. This is where your fingertips may touch the chair, or arm is down and you're pushing the back of your hand into your leg. Breathe in and breathe out, and breath is in and breath is out. And perhaps you lift your upper arm towards the sky. Here we are. Spread your fingers. Feel the shoulder blades on the back. open wide. Now, if it feels like it's too much for you, lower this hand down to your hip because you still got the essence of the pose. We're going to push down through our feet now, and we're going to rise up. Rise up. Take your hands to your heart. Come to center for a moment. Notice what it's like to bring your palms together. It can be very balancing, not only for the nervous system, but that impacts our whole body. Our nervous system impacts really everything, as you know. Let's open up our arms wide again. Find our triangle pose. Maybe hands at hip. Make sure those shoulders are up and back. Look forward or look down. That can be the best for your neck, is to look down. Just don't drop the head down like that. We want to keep the spine long, so it's an extension of your lower spine. You have the option to look up towards the sky. That's an option too. It tests our balance a little bit. And then bring the head back to center, push down, rise up, all 10 toes forward. Feel the strength in your legs. Bring your feet together. Bring your feet together and notice how you're feeling in this moment. Let's bring the chair in front of us for that horsey pose again. I guess I'm into horses today instead of goddesses, because those are the two names for it. Let's go wide. Let's go wide. Toes are outward. And kneecaps, when they bend, they are angling towards middle toes. That way, because sometimes what happens is our knees go in. I don't know if you can see that, but when they go in like that, knees don't really like that. It feels more unstable. If it feels like you can't open up your knees wide, then take your feet a little bit closer together. That can be very helpful. So we're in our pose. Take the sitting bones back and bend down. Now push down through your heels and pull them isometrically towards each other and feel your pelvic floor tone. Maybe one arm lifts. Maybe both arms lift. Breathe in. Breathe out. Exhale, take your hands to the chair. Let's straighten the legs and take a break. If you're standing, we're going to exhale, bend the knees again. And now lift your right heel. We're holding on to the chair. Exhale, lower the heel down. Inhale, lift the left heel and lower it down. Go back to the right and alternate, and back to the left and alternate. And take a break if you are standing. All 10 toes forward. Bring your feet back together. Stand tall. As you push down, I'm even noticing, like, we're just in mountain pose, right? And feeling a lengthening in the body, a lengthening across the front of the body. Take a moment, close your eyes. As long as it feels safe for you, you can keep your hands on the chair or put your body against a wall and feel the circulation and liveliness in your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe you do a box breath, and you can keep your eyes open or closed for this. Let's inhale in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's find our way to a wall dog. So hands on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. So either one. And if you're seated, you can do a forward fold, which looks like this. And if you have that second chair, you can even put your hands on that second chair in front of you. So we're in our wall dog. Hands are on the seat of the chair. Walk your feet back. Take your time to get there. And you might feel some lengthening or stretching in your shoulders. If it's too much, you can shorten the stance, you can bend your elbows. Do what you need to do. If you're standing, bend your knees and angle your sitting bones towards the sky to get even a further stretch. So sitting bones up and back. So I'm barely moving, but it's giving a nice little stretch. So knees are bent, sitting bones are up and backwards. Very similar to what we did with our chair pose. That helps us to bring that lower back curve in that gets super tight. Super tight. And it gets tight from our hamstrings being super tight. So we got to stretch those out. And let's walk back in towards the chair and have a seat. Let's do number 4 pose. And then after that, we'll do some leg stretching. So you might use your blocks for number 4. And if you feel like you still want to stand, you could do tree pose, which opens up the hip too. You may start with either your foot down on the earth, knee out, looking like this, or 1, 2, or maybe 3 blocks, placing the outside of the foot on the blocks. Or lift the leg up with awareness, right? Lift the leg up and place the ankle over the thigh. And for some people, this is tender here, like they don't have a lot of padding. So you can put a washcloth or something padded there. We're lifting tall. That's what we do in yoga. We lift tall, right? Let's lean forward and open up our right hip. So we're thinking about this long spine, even though it's reaching forward now. We're thinking about taking the hips back, which will increase the stretch. You're only going as far as your body will let you go. So if your body says, you know what, I shouldn't be down this far, then you need to lift it up. If you already feel a stretch and you're right here, that's perfect. That is perfect. We want to meet our body where it's at. We're not looking to push it to another dimension. Breathe in and breathe out and breathe in and breathe out. Lift back up, push down through the left foot, and let's release and let the leg go and do the other side. So now right leg is down, left foot is either towards the right, knee is opening up. Find your variation, maybe with blocks or pillows or books. Notice if you feel a stretch here. If you do, and if you lean forward and you feel a stretch, this is perfect. This is perfect. So you could take your hands on your hips and then push your hips down as you reach the spine forward, your heart forward. Stop when you feel the stretch. Feel the shoulder blades. They stay on the back, so we're not rounding the back. We're still keeping our shoulder blades on our back. Pull the ribs back. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and out. You can always stay a little bit longer or shorter. Sometimes it's best to come out of a pose and maybe re-enter. And we're going to press down, rise up, release, let it go. Let's really give our legs a good stretch. So find your strap or cane, or you can use your hands. I'm going to turn to the side. Actually, a diag would be nice, wouldn't it? Oops. A diag. I got to get some more mats and make this all big purple area. So now, place the strap around your right foot. Yep. I've got the loop today. You could crisscross it. Make sure your shoulders aren't rounding forward. So we want to keep the shoulders on the back as we stretch. And if you have another chair, ottoman or sofa, you can put your leg on top of it. That is a super nice thing to do. We're going to pull the strap against the arch as we lift up. Then let's bend the knee in and extend it and push it away. And pull it on in and extend it and press it away. The leg does not need to be up here. Don't do that. You don't need to do that, because notice what happens. You do that and your spine goes back. Better to be tall and the leg to be a little bit lower. But like I said, you could have a chair in front of you. I'll just show it so you can see it really is a nice version. I love these second chairs. They're an important prop that we often ignore. So leg is here. And then maybe you use a strap and maybe you don't. You might take your hands to your hips. Lean on forward. Lean on forward. Ooh, that feels really good. So you find that spot where you have the sensation and stay there. And perhaps do a few box breaths. Because when you do the box breath and you do about 4, a count of 4 for each of the sides of the box, it totals 16. If you do 2 of those, we're at 32. And that's about the time to get a good, nice stretch. You can always stay longer. I wouldn't tell you to not stay longer unless you start to feel like you're feeling really spastic or rigid, then you want to come out of it. And then let's lift up. And then let's turn the leg out. So now the heel is in and the toes are out, using the strap or not. And now we're going to get at that other hamstring. So when I'm lifting tall like this, I'm not feeling a stretch. But that doesn't mean you're not. So if you are, stay there. If not, come on forward until you do. And for me, this is about where I feel it. Every single person is going to be different. And I feel a pull, but it's not a pain. And that's what we want. We want a length without pain. No pain allowed, just not allowed. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And then let's lift back up. Bring the toes upright. And maybe stretch one more time with the toes upright. Lean forward. Now it might be fun to point the toes and see how that feels different. Now we're getting a stretch along the front or top of the foot and ankle and shin. And then flex it back, lift up. Let's lower the leg and we'll do the other side. I'll just turn this so you can see this way. Do the other leg. So whatever best for you, resting your leg or not. You could also have your leg down on the earth. For some people, when we put our leg down like that, that's a stretch. And then we don't need to lift the leg up. So if that's you, enjoy the stretch right there. Enjoy it right there. So here we go. Let's do our box breath. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how the sensation may intensify. Holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift up. Let's externally rotate. Toes out, heels in. We lift tall. We don't assume that our spine is going to be at the same place. It may be at a different place. Maybe you feel the stretch here. Maybe you lean a little bit more forward until you feel it, and then stop. And let's do the box breath one more time. This will be our last box breath of the class. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. And holding, 1, 2, 3, 4. Allow the toes to come back up. Lean forward, get your stretch one last time. Maybe point the toes away from you. Feel, breathe, and let it go. Let's place the chair to the side, and now find your final pose, the twist, and then our relaxation pose at the end. I always like a twist. It's kind of neutralizing. Bring your left hand outside your right thigh, find your twist. Even if you've done one before, it's just real nice and neutralizing. And then come to the other way. Take the right hand outside the left thigh, find your twist. Return to seated mountain pose, but this time it's a relaxed pose. So it doesn't mean go into Shalampasana, but it means to find a pose that's comfortable for you. The shoulders are still up and back. You can bend your elbows and rest the back side of your hands on your thighs. And if you have that second chair, you might put your feet up on that second chair or an ottoman, because that's a nice thing. Get the legs up and let them relax. And see if you can do the practice of letting go. Feel the air come in and out through your nose. Begin to relax each part of your body. Perhaps start with the face and notice if there's any tension in the face. And with the exhales, let any holding go in the jaw, on the mouth or eyes, and forehead. Relax the upper torso and the shoulders. Fingers and arms. Feel the weightiness of that. Arms and hands are resting on your thighs. Feel the soft expansion and ascension of the belly with the waves of your breath. One wave into the next. Relaxing the legs, the upper thighs, knees, lower legs, feet and toes. And relaxing the whole body. Notice your mind's and your body's response. Giving yourself permission to just be as you are, without trying to move, change, or judge anything. Accepting ourselves just as we are. Acknowledging that this is a practice of movement, of course, of mindful movement, but also loving kindness. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Bow in, shin towards chest. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. We say namaste. Happy Wellness Wednesday.